Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're excited for today's video. It's clearly an unboxing video. The box is courtesy of Billy. Thanks so much, Billy. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well in California. I know you guys have had some pretty gnarly weather and all that, so I know we talked a little bit about it, but hope everything's continuing to be okay. Yeah, I'm super excited. And it was raining here today, but this box was able to stay pretty dry given when it was delivered, so that was pretty rad. We definitely lucked out that way. The bottom just got a little wet, but you know, it's held together and all that, so really nice. As always, cutting on camera, trying to learn, cut away from myself, but I do it on camera because I know you guys like the thrill of it, the danger of it. It's probably to the point where I can stop bringing it up every time, but it also wastes, you know, it's not I shouldn't say waste time, but it gives me something to talk about as I, you know, poorly open these boxes. Of all things, it was the blue painter's tape that was the last man standing on that side. All right, so the only thing I know is that Billy said that he included his favorite coffee stout, and I don't remember him ever telling me what his favorite coffee stout is. So I'm really curious. And there's obviously more than one beer in here, unless he just put like a bunch of different, or not different, but a bunch of those bottles of the same coffee beer. So it looks like there's some other stuff. I love that you get a hold of this stuff, man. I just think these are the coolest. How Sierra Nevada like repurposes boxes and stuff, and they make this like cool packaging. I love it. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. I'm here for it. All right, I don't know which. Oh, okay. Well, this one I got to grab first just because it's not wrapped, and it's a Firestone Walker beer, and I love Firestone Walker. 2022 Daisy's Favorite Vintage Imperial Blonde Ale aged in gin barrels. Dude, that sounds amazing. I'll read everything for the, you know, in the actual review. Looks like number one. So it's the first time I ever made this beer. That is rad. What a different concoction to create, you know? Okay. That has me like super excited and like curious in a good way, you know? Like, oh my God. Okay. Very cool. What's this say? 2016. It's funny, I just filmed a Cellar Saturday video for my own cellar. Looks like I might be doing a Cellar Saturday video with one of Billy's beers. So 2016, this is Mad River Brewing Company, and this is a barley wine. Yes. 9.8% ABV. Let's see. Well, I'll read that on camera. Let's see. Is there anything else quick I should say? I said the ABV and everything. Cool can art. It's like the grain, I don't know if you can tell, makes a face. That's pretty cool. You know I love me some barley wines. Because barley wine is life. Oh, cool. They got a limited release. It's got a cool cap, too. I used to, you know, save unique caps. I got a whole big bag of them. Maybe I should start doing that again. And actually, like, my plan was to make like a table like this, but like much bigger. Put them down. Put some of the epoxy on it. You know, maybe I'll do that someday still. That's why I didn't throw them away. But this might be a unique cap I keep, is my point. All right, so, this is 2015. So I'm going to start forgetting what these are. So right off screen, I have a Westie 12 case. It's made of wood that I put some stuff in, including this. So I said this was a 2016. And this one is, what did I say, 2015. Okay. I wonder if it's the same beer. It looks like it's the same design. That'd be pretty cool. You know, I don't know, two barley wines in one video. Maybe. Maybe if I have nothing to do the next day. All right, they're calling this a barley wine. It looks similar, but a little different label. This might be, and the ABV is different. This is, okay, I don't have to worry about it. The bottle does say this is 2016 and that this one's 2015. So similar label, but a little different. Very cool. Very cool. I do remember, Billy, you have talked about Mad River, now I think about it. I do know this brewery by name. Ooh, another Firestone Walker? Another one I don't recognize. Gold Rider. Blended ale aged in cognac barrels? And that's not even it. Listen what else is in this. And orange bitter barrels with fresh lemon juice. again, like that just sounds awesome. Unique, different, and tasty. Still no coffee stout, but we got a few more to go. Let's see about this one. Billy, don't be a hero. So if you watched I actually tried not to do more than one from each brewery. If you watched my 2022 top 10 beers, I didn't even catch it. I had 2 from North Coast that made that list. And I love new things as much as anyone else. But North Coast, put some respect on their name. All right, these guys are crushing it. This one is from 2014. It's their Old Stock Ale, Cellar Reserve, ale aged in wheat whiskey barrels. Billy, you know how stoked I am for this beer. Billy will, if you're like, wow, there's a lot of aged, well, these 3 are like aged beers. Billy does have a nice cellar from what I can tell. He usually, sometimes like he'll comment, he'll do how I do cellar Saturday, he'll do cellar Sunday. He'll tell me sometimes like what beer he chose, so I think he has a pretty good cellar based on the information I've heard from him, and then some of the stuff he sends sometimes is definitely like cellared in a really cool way, like some good age on it. I mean, ooh, AleSmith. Billy, come on, man, this isn't even fair. AleSmith Barrel Aged Vietnamese Coffee Speedway Stout 2022. OMG, dude. Oh my god. How are you how are you, like, I'm just randomly grabbing stuff out of the box and it's just like crazy sounding awesomeness after crazy sounding awesomeness. Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with Vietnamese coffee, 14.2% ABV. I'll read the rest of it when I do the review. Just to give a quick shout out, make sure you check. I think it was on the FLX channel. Yeah, it was. But they did it with Joe from the Beer Patrol. So those 3 guys were together, and again, I'm like 99.9% positive that was on the FLX channel. FLX Beer Reviews. They reviewed. Billy sent them a version of this beer, barrel aged. It wasn't the Vietnamese coffee one though, and I busted their chops a little bit in a comment, but in all seriousness, it was really cool because Joe had that base beer before, but Dan and Mike had never had it before. So it was just kind of like, I've had that beer many times. I love that beer, the base beer. And it was really cool to see just their review holistically. They're also like really good dudes, all 3 of them, who do really cool content. But it was just kind of a neat lens to watch through. So this is a coffee beer, so I'm assuming this is the one Billy's talking about. But it looks like there's one more beer in here. Yeah, it looks like one more. So I could be wrong. Maybe this is another coffee beer, and this is the one he was talking about. Ha! All right, fair enough. Unkindness, Chapter 3. I've had the other ones because of Billy. Imperial Stout aged in Cabernet and Kentucky bourbon barrels, 11.5% ABV, and this is from 2022. This is celebrating 27 years. Good on them. Congratulations, 27 years. This is Eel River, by the way. That is really rad. That's awesome. 27 years in the craft beer game. Like that's legend status as far as I'm concerned. Well, good on them. I mean, you got Firestone Walker doing some crazy stuff. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I got Firestone Walker stuff here. I got Firestone Walker here. I really don't think you can see it over here. I got Firestone Walker here. I'm a huge fan, and I can't get some of this stuff. So, like, obviously, I'm stoked. Barley wines I've never had from the same brewery, 2 different vintages. Obviously, I'm stoked. I already talked about how these guys snuck in a second top 10 for me. So, like, obviously, I'm excited. Love this brewery. Actually, when I was in California, in San Diego, I've been to California a couple times. 3 times, I think, total. I was down in San Diego. My wife was working, and I tagged along. So, like, this is actually when I met Joe from Jow's Arcade. We hung out at Modern Times. And anyway, so one of the days she was, like, really busy with work stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to take, an Uber up because, San Diego had some cool stuff that I had done. But I'm like, I'm going to go up there, and I'm going to check out some of these other places. So, like, there was a Ballast Point location nearby. There was, what's the one place? Really nice brewery. It was a small place. They had some really amazing beer. A bunch of people reached out to me, like, if not a bunch, but like 2 or 3 people were like, if you're in this area, like, you really need to check out. I want to say it was like Pure something. It'll come to me when I'm done filming. But also AleSmith was up there, And I filmed a review or two when I was there, and like their special like cave was closed, but they let me order beers they could only get in there, which were like barrel-aged beers and stuff. It was just really rad. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. And because I've had the other ones and enjoyed them so much, I'm super excited to try this one as well. So it's just kind of cool to be able to continue the theory. And also just, I think this shows just how thoughtful Billy is, because he's probably like, yeah, I know you like the other two that you've had. So like, here's the next one, here's the new one. So that's really rad, dude. Very thoughtful. I appreciate it. Have you guys had any of these beers before? I mean, I'm going to review all of them, but like, is there one that you're like, dude, you have to review this one immediately. I got to see your thoughts on it. Let me know in the comment section below. You know what? Also, just tell Billy how freaking rad he is. Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Thanks again, Billy, obviously. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.